And welcome back, everyone, to episode 58 of the Sports Coverage Podcast. My name is Andrew, alongside Gabe, or Gamer Athletics. He's an Oakland-based YouTuber. He's done a lot of stuff with the Oakland Athletics, and he's been a big part of the Sell the Team movement over there, which I'm sure you guys have seen some stuff from the reverse boycotts, the Oakland Ballers, and all that kind of stuff. So there's certainly a lot to talk about, and thank you so much, Gabe, for joining me.
Of course, I'm glad to be here. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, first of all, and I told you this right before we started filming, the reverse boycott, one of the coolest things that I've seen organized in MLB baseball over the past couple years, and it certainly spread across the MLB because a lot of people became aware of the Sell the Team movement from that June 13th, 2023. Over 27,000 Oakland fans packed the Coliseum and created one of the most memorable games of that season. Can you just tell me a bit about your experience with the organization and the attendance of that game?
Yeah, so our relationship with the A's, it's pretty rough at the moment. It's the best way I would be able to describe it. It's a it's like a love-hate relationship because we love the team, we love the players, we love the coach. We just do not love the ownership, which is John Fisher, Dave Cavill, Catherine Aker, all those guys that are in the higher ups. We just do not like them because of what they're doing. Um, and mainly, the involvement that I had with the reverse boycott, it was mainly just making my videos, trying to get people to know what's going on, and they're pretty much like I was making videos on like for Twitter and Instagram and making people trying to get basically spread the word of what was gonna happen tonight on that day. Um, and it was crazy. I personally didn't think it was gonna work. When they first announced it, this was before they announced the Vegas move. um I didn't think it was gonna work, if I'm being honest. It was kind of like I guess like a far-fetched idea to try to get people who really do not like the team right now because of how they operate and try to get them to come back and fill up the Coliseum. um I felt weird. I didn't think it was gonna work until all this stuff happened, and we started getting from the Oakland 68s. They started doing the fundraiser to get the shirts made, and um a lot of other fans were donating money to get these shirts made, and then from there we gave them out as as something like if you were to go to a regular baseball game where the team is supposed to hand out stuff, we handed out our own merchandise. We handed out our own giveaway. We funded it ourselves, and it's something that's one of a kind, and I'm glad that I was a part of it. Um, and I think if it wasn't for the dual event that was next door at the Oakland Arena, and the fact that there was a lot of people who were stuck on the outside and a lot of people were denied of the parking there, I think there would have been at least like 30,000, maybe even more than that. Who knows how many people were stopped and didn't go, didn't want to go. There's some people who I know who went to just the reverse boycott on the outside and didn't want to go in. They just were like, I don't have a ticket, I'm not going to go. But everybody else, there's people who went inside. So that whole thing was awesome. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of MLB fans should be jealous of the fan base that they have there in Oakland. And although the attendance might not show it, you guys have organized amazing events over the past couple of years to try to get them to stay in Oakland. You guys have done a lot. You guys created your own baseball team, which I'll get to in a second. So just the resiliency of Oakland and everything you guys have been doing is amazing. And I think other teams should take notice of when they want change. This is what needs to go on. So just props to everyone who was involved. Props to you for those videos. And yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah,
But
it's awesome.
yeah, go ahead.
No, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
So the Oakland Ballers, that's the team that was created. The Bees, newest Pioneer League team. They had a very, very good first season out there. Unfortunately, it did come to an end last night in the first round of the playoffs, but it was made by fans for fans. You guys created a park just in the middle of Oakland into a baseball stadium. You guys have vendors out there. You have merch that's been wildly successful. You guys have the lead singer of Green Day going out there and repping your stuff. So just kind of, again, I just want to ask you about your experience, some stories from the first season of the Oakland Ballers and just kind of what's going on over there.
The Oakland Ballers, I got a call from a couple couple of fans who now I know by the name of Paul Friedman and Brian Carmel. Those guys, they hit me up early on, late, or should I say late last year, and they were talking about a team. They said they wanted to bring a team here to Oakland, and to be honest, I didn't. My head was still wrapped around the whole A's situation. That I honestly didn't like. You know, I personally didn't pay too much attention to it just because of all the stuff that was going on. And later on, like, I heard some more news about it, like that was before it even broke. And they told me like the name, they told me like what colors they were planning on doing, and what league it was gonna be in. I was kind of confused a little bit because from what it sounded like, there was gonna be a major league team here, like they were gonna try to just build another team here, to replace the A's in a sense. But now that a couple months went by, the full picture started to grow. It's pretty much, they're a brand new team in the Pioneer Baseball League, and they're not completely like a major league team, but it's still affiliated with Major League Baseball. And I think in order to have even created the Oakland Ballers, they had to go ahead and create the YOLO High Wheelers. So, and it's ironic that YOLO High
Yeah.
Wheelers are also the team that eliminated the Ballers last night. But it's cool. Like it's the start of a rivalry now, I guess you can call it now, against those two teams. But they started hitting me up, and they, were just telling me about this whole idea, and I thought, at first, I'm not gonna lie, for me personally, anyone who knows me personally is I'm not really too fond of minor league stuff. So like Stockton Ports, or like the AAA affiliate of the A's, the Las Vegas Aviators. Like, I'm not really too into minor league stuff, so like I wouldn't really go out of my way to go watch a minor league team per se. And so, for me, I thought it was gonna be kind of like a hard thing to kind of open myself up to, and that's something that I always try to praise, which is life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So for me, it was something that I was trying to get out of my comfort zone because the A's are planning on leaving, and after this, it's what do I do after this? And so for me, I wanted to give it a chance, before I started giving my opinions about it. And after going to a couple games and just going throughout this whole entire season, even before they were making the playoffs, I was just like, this is cool. I like what's happening here. Um, Seeing that my friends who were at the Coliseum are now coming here, it feels like a traditional, A's game, except it's for a team that actually cares about us. Like, it's cool. It feels like it's a family, an actual family friendly environment, and everyone's cool with each other because the team cares. The owners, they're walking around, they're trying to improve the experience as they go. They're listening to us. I put out my videos, I put out pictures, statements saying "Let's go Ballers," and they're liking, they're reposting, and you know they're just interactive with their fans. That's something that the A's are, as of right now, they're not, and for the most part, they haven't really been that way for a long time with the listening and trying to do what fans were asking. It's a complete different thing, a complete different environment than what we're used to.
Oh yeah, definitely. But and I think the thing that sticks out about the Ballers, if you go to their Instagram page, their pinned post is just saying "for the fans, run by fans," stuff like
Hmm.
that. You can see that that's really what they're trying to do, and they're trying to improve on what the Athletics could not. That's the thing that ended up just pretty much leading to all the stuff going on with the Athletics. They stopped making money because they weren't uh, just investing in the fans and the fan experience. So the Ballers have done an amazing job with that. And you mentioned it feels like an Oakland A's game. In your video, the drummers are there that would
Hmm.
normally be at the Coliseum. The
Hmm.
cowbells are going, all that kind of stuff. All those traditions are already being carried over from the Coliseum to Raimondi Park. So I just think that it's an amazing experience, and I hope that this continues on for the next couple of seasons. And I do hope that they'll be successful again, because this year I was like, oh, I wonder where the Ballers were. I checked them, I think, 2 months ago, and now they had made it to the playoffs in their first ever season. So that's really cool, and everything they've been doing. You got the media pass last night, right?
Yes, I did. I probably should have asked for it, like, you know, a long time ago. But last night, I was like, you know what? If the Ballers do win, I want to be a part of the kind of celebration. I want to like record the entire thing and get a closer look. And that's again, it's something that it goes back to me saying like it's a complete different thing from Oakland A's baseball to the Ballers because yeah, again, it's not Major League Baseball, but it's still this is a community driven effort to get us involved and have major sports back here in Oakland. And if I'm able to go from being a fan and then being like, you know what, like I'm gonna go, like they're about to win, let me see a celebration. I want to be able to let my viewers see me as a fan, but also be able to kind of go behind the scenes and also show them like, this is what's going on in the dugout. This is what's after this home run celebration. This is what's going on. Like they're hyped up. Like they were quiet at first, but now they're hyped up. Or like seeing them win. If they were to have won last night, you would have saw them going crazy. And unfortunately, because they lost last night, we saw the aftermaths of it, and we saw the effects of what was going on. And that's the access that I have thanks to the Ballers. Like the A's, they've never given me that recognition. They've never given me that access. They've always just they just treated me as another one of their customers. Just like, oh, he's still gonna come, so like why give him anything? Like why give him any of this access? Why give him like all these things? Like he's just gonna still come. He's still gonna do what he's doing. And so that's what I like about the Ballers. And yeah, the media pass was awesome. And shout out to Paul and Brian for giving me that because it was cool last night.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess a follow-up question of what you were saying about the Athletics is you said that a lot of the fans that were at the reverse boycott, they didn't even want to go in the Coliseum and support the team again. Why
Mhm.
did you choose to keep going back day after day and keep supporting the Athletics?
Well, I get this question a lot, and there's like a numerous of reasons why. Because partly, if I'm being honest, like I was still gonna go to the games this year. My original plan was I was gonna go to the games this year, but I wasn't gonna go to as many. But really, what it comes down to is um, I feel like a lot of people want to see the truth of what's actually happening here, and you know, I feel like I, in a way, have that ability to show people that truth. And um, it goes from my YouTube subscribers who want to see what's going on. They love my videos, and I thank them and I appreciate them for wanting to see what's going on. And so I did it for them. There's the Summer of Cell documentary crew, Gabe and Jared. Those two, they've been working hard on trying to make a documentary of what's going on here. And um, unfortunately, they don't live anywhere nearby the area. One lives in SoCal, and the other one is a little like somewhat in the Bay Area, but he's like more towards Sacramento. So taking that drive every day is kind of long. So for me, like I'm like 15 minutes away. Like I feel like in some cases, and some people can argue it, if I don't go to some of these games, some of the stuff that happens at the Coliseum doesn't get mentioned. Some of that doesn't get shown. It gets buried. Um, to some, like it happened, but like who actually heard it if there's nobody there to show for it, right? I mean, with Will's like one of the bigger A's fans that are out there, well-known fans out there, and he went to the game and they found that paper that said, that to not sell anything or not show anything that says Oakland on it. And I mean, his post went viral, but then I proceeded to put him in my video and showcase that out. And you know, if it wasn't Will and I found it, it probably would have gone a little bit more too. Um, and then same thing with like, I guess like there was a couple of stuff like with there was a snake at the Coliseum. Like
Yeah.
nobody said anything about that. It wasn't like as viral. It's sad. It's honestly sad.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to ask is the last Bay Bridge series happened a little bit ago, and something that I've noticed from the past two seasons of your videos is the Giants fans have been very supportive, and it seems that you guys have come even closer than ever before. They want to keep this rivalry alive and stuff like that. So, just what's been your experience with some of the guys from across the bay?
Um, you know, it's been great, and it makes me look back at the at my time while I was a fan, and I look back when I was like younger, and obviously I've grown and I've changed, but when I was younger, I was always like, I pretty much grew up to hate the Giants. I was not like, I was just raised that way. I was just told like they're the rivals, we don't like them. They're over there, we're over here, we're on this side. And so like as time went on, I've found out like obviously you can separate the team from the fans, and I've made so many good friends, and even my girlfriend, they're all Giants fans. A lot of my great friends are Giants fans, and while there's always going to be that one or two, or maybe even a group sometimes where they come out as annoying because they've won 3 in 5 years. They want to say whatever they want to say about the A's, and whatever they want to say about the rivalry, to taunt us sometimes. you know, I don't really care about those people. I care about my friends. I care about the people that I've uh, made relationships with, and um, you know, I think that completely changed um, on that day when we united the Bay. I asked a fellow YouTuber, which I am proud to call my friend Dylan from Variety Show on YouTube. I asked him, "Hey, man, like I watch your videos all the time, and we've talked prior to this too, so it's not just completely out of the blue." But I talked to him. We met up a couple times, and I was just like seeing how he loves the Bay, and like he's his I guess like how his morals are, and just everything about who he is. It's not just something you see for the camera. It's who he is. Um, Seeing how he was, seeing how he makes his videos, I wanted to see if he can help make something to get people to go to the game, and to get fans to see what's happening here. And he made a beautiful video. I've I've personally cried to it. I've watched it and I've teared up. I still tear up when I watch it because it's sad. It's sad. It's powerful and it's moving. It's an amazing video. If you haven't watched it, you should go take a look at it. But ever since that game happened, my view on fans itself, and specifically the Giants fans, it's completely changed. I look at them and I see them as just people who helped us during this time. It's not fun what I'm going through right now, what my friends are going through right now, and to see that there's so many other fans, including Giants fans, who are willing to come together and help us out. It means a lot. So um yeah, it's great that they've done that.
Yeah, and it's not just the Giants fans, it's baseball fans across America. I remember I went back and rewatched one of the videos that's I think pinned to your YouTube channel, and there's Royals fans holding up sell signs. You got guys in New York and Boston with sell shirts. You've been an Oakland fan all your life. This is this is one of your big hobbies. I mean, if you look around the room you're in right now, just behind you, you got autographs from some Oakland greats. What was your favorite moment to witness in the Coliseum?
Oh, so my favorite moment that I've witnessed in the Coliseum, it's kind of there's a lot of things that it's kind of biased to, um, and also I will note here is that I started going to the games regularly in like 2013, 14 ish. So like in a way, unfortunately, I didn't have that much time. I've had a good amount of time, but not like as many as others. So for me, I think the one moment that made me a fan, that made me a true diehard fan, was the Stephen Vogt walk off in Game 2 of the 2013 American League Division Series. Because at that time I knew the A's were in the playoffs. I knew I knew some of the players' names, and I guess you can call me a casual. Growing up, I went to A's games. It just I wasn't like full on invested in, doing the stuff that I do now. Like, I if you compare what I do now to where I was then, completely different fan. And but I was always an A's fan. Seeing Stephen Vogt hit the walk off and hearing the crowd erupt, seeing that place filled, and seeing the fans out there from right and left, um, you know, it was amazing. And from there, it got me hooked. I wanted to continue to go to games. I wanted to, you know, just go because they were fun. All the games that I went to, they were all fun. No matter if they were winning or losing, I had a good time. And at overtime, there's times where I went to with the I would go with and without my friends and with and without my family, and I ended up making more friends there. Um, and it was awesome. It was a great time. So I would say probably the Stephen Vogt walk off, and in addition to that, I would say the reverse boycott, because I don't think there will be ever anything that comes close to that. Um, as getting fans together, to come together to do this game. I mean, that was a once in a lifetime moment, and I don't think anything like that can ever be recreated. But we'll see how it goes on that last game, um, on that 26, because they could top it. Who knows? It's definitely going to be hard to watch and stuff. It's going to be hard to film, to know what to film, but we'll have to see how that goes. But reverse boycott, and that walk off from Stephen Vogt, and I would also throw in there the Unite the Bay game in San Francisco. All of those ones were really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen my fair share of the Oakland Athletics. Unfortunately, in I think 2018 or 19, they were here in New York, and I watched us lose 11-2, which wasn't great. I feel like it's always those random games that the Yankees will just absolutely fold. So that wasn't fun. But I'm very close to the Yankees Double A team, and I've seen a lot of guys, Ken Waldachuk, J.P. Sears. A lot of the guys that have been involved in trades we've made with you have like flourished in Oakland, and I check in every once in a while, see what's going on, see how they're playing. And it's just a really cool thing to get to see these guys who I don't think would have ever, like, those are two rotation guys that I don't think we would have had space for in the last couple of years. So it's cool to get to see them play Major League Baseball. But I just think it's always been weird how Oakland handles trades, especially with like uh, Olson or Donaldson or guys like that. They are the superstars in Oakland. Oakland's become a breeding ground for these types of guys. And then as soon as they become good, they get traded away for some minor league guys that can fill the holes for the next couple of years. And
Yeah.
what's interesting, I also think, just real quick, is you guys now have Mason Miller, who has become a star player, and you guys have a bunch of stars on the team right now. But at this deadline, there were rumors about them going places. They didn't get traded, and this happens to be the last year in Oakland before they move to a new market, which I don't know if anyone's thought about that before, but I just find that a little weird that they could have dealed them away pretty easily. So
hmm
just kind of, what are your thoughts about seeing these guys pretty much get up and go after becoming good?
Um, to see this, for one, to see them not be traded is weird. Um, seeing that they traded Paul Blackburn, was weird. Um, like, I personally would have liked to see Paul Blackburn and stay, because he was one of those guys he was one of the longest tenured players, I believe, and he was also, um he's from here, and to see him flourish in Oakland, where he's from, I thought that was it was always cool. So, but it was strange to not see those guys traded, like, Rooker and Mason Miller, like all those guys. It was weird, and it makes me sad, because it's like, it's kind of a weird thing when you're an A's fan, because when you're so expected to seeing someone traded, when they don't do it, it's weird. And in some cases, some of my friends, we also, in a way, as much as we want to see them flourish with our team, we want them to basically get off of our team, because when they're, somewhere else, they're going to be somewhere where they're treated right. Look at where Matt Olson's at. He's on a team with a bunch of superstars like, Acuna and Alex Riley and Michael Harris. All those guys out there, they're awesome. And, he's on a winning team, and that's good. Chapman was on a winning team. He's now with the Giants, and seeing him across the bay, it kind of hurts, but I know he's out there. He's getting paid what he deserves. It's the A's weren't going to do that, so it's like it's a weird relationship with it. But part of me wanted Mason Miller to just get off of this team. I wanted him to go be good somewhere else, because to see this happen here, like I it sucks, man. I want to care about these guys, like I still do in some ways, but it's like after the season, like it's like, are these guys even my guys anymore? Because they're gonna be, not they're not the A's anymore. Like once the season ends, I feel like my fandom is dead, and it's like all those guys that I once cared about, they're gone. They're all ripped away from me, and so like for me, I guess you can say I just been kind of distancing myself from the players, as much as I love all those guys. Like, you know, it sucks.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting who it was early in the season that wore the bracelet, I think, and then got sent down just
Oh,
randomly, even though he was doing well.
yeah,
Um,
Ruiz.
yeah, Ruiz. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that was also kind of an interesting thing. Yeah, exactly. So I think that was definitely another interesting move that they've made. Um, And I guess I just kind of want to ask you, what's next? Obviously, you guys are going last game of the year. Maybe Mount Davis gets opened up and they'll do something right, at least all the way at the end. Um, but yeah, what's next for you?
You know, um, again, along with some other questions you've asked me, um, that's a question that I keep asking myself. I keep asking other people ask me, and I honestly, truly do not really know. Um, like when it comes to Major League Baseball, um, I feel like the window is closed. I don't know if I'll, go out to Sacramento to watch them. Most likely not. Um, you know, I know the Giants are right across the bay, but that's a little bit of a different story, because you know, I could always just go there and film my, like how I do, but it's just, I wouldn't be a fan um like of the team. Like just because they're gone doesn't mean I'm gonna go to the Giants and start making videos for them. One thing I have thought of is, um, if my girlfriend is okay with it, is filming my time with my girlfriend at the Giants games, because, well, it's kind of like it's a hard thing right now, because me and my girlfriend, we've both like fell for each other because we both love baseball, and she kind of got more into baseball because of me, and she understands it more, like more thoroughly than she did before. And so, you know, whenever the A's weren't in town, I wouldn't really post. Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't, but I would post that I'm at, in San Francisco, and we just have our, our little bit of time without a camera, and just I can actually sit and watch a baseball game. So, part of me was thinking like maybe I can just do recordings of me and my girlfriend there. Um, but I also don't want to take away from the time where like that's me being able to kind of relax and actually watch a baseball game without cameras involved, because I think since 2017, maybe 20, I think from the very first time I started making videos in 2018, I haven't gone to a baseball game without recording um for the A's, like making a video. And it's kind of in a way it's annoying, in a way it's you know the thing that I chose this when I signed up for to do this is make videos, and go to the games and make my videos like that. So um it is what it is. But for that, I don't know about what's going to happen with that. I know the ballers, definitely there's going to be a lot more baller videos. Um, I think what I did last night, showing off the players from the dugout, um, that's going to be something that I hope to continue to do, showing off what's going on in the clubhouse. Maybe even do some, if possible, if it's okay, maybe do some inside, during at bats type of thing. Not during at bats, but like off to the side, kind of asking the players like, how, like, if they dove for a ball, maybe once they're in the dugout, I can quickly ask them like, hey, like what was going through your mind, like kind of bringing that to my videos that I couldn't do because Major League Baseball is different. Um, the Roots are going to be playing at the Oakland Coliseum next year. So, I think I might be going a little bit more to that just because um, over there, they used to be playing in Hayward, which is a little bit, it's not too far. It's not like a crazy drive like Sacramento, but they're a lot closer here now. So, I think going to the Coliseum and seeing the Roots will be cool, and kind of just seeing the aftermath of the A's aren't here. Seeing what the Roots do to the Coliseum, see if they do any upgrades. Um, I think that's what's in store, really. So I know the Ballers and the Roots are there, but as for Major League Baseball, I don't know. Last Dive Bar, we might be going. We might be trolling them while we're in Sacramento. I don't know. Um, we'll see how that goes. So
Yeah, and man, I'm excited for everything that happens with that, and enjoy these last couple weeks. Enjoy that final game. It's going to be crazy. I hope you enjoy watching the Yankees when they're there. I'm sure with all the news about whatever the Aaron Judge stuff is, I hope that should make some fun videos for you. And thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for talking about your experience with all that. And I wish you the best.
thank you, man. Thank you for inviting me onto your show, and I appreciate the time that you given me to um, say my stories and share my experiences from the Coliseum because there have been some good ones, but ultimately it's kind of sad and it's kind of bad. But um, it's good to air it all out and share it with somebody. And when Aaron Judge hits a home run against the A's, that's probably what my title of the video is going to be: is John Fisher's favorite player hit a home run against the A's. So
Yeah, I mean, I do hope that happens. We're trying to make the final push to stay above the Orioles. But yeah, again, thank you so much, and yeah, good luck.